welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a very fun video, and I have a special guest with me, my cousin. For those of you guys who don't know, this is my cousin Judith, and I know a lot of people wonder how she's my cousin. She is actually my cousin through our dad. So her dad, my dad, they're brothers. And
we're 11 days apart.
Yes, we are 11 days apart. Our moms were pregnant. Or would you blanch on that at the same time? I know. Her birthday is August 11th and mine's the 31st. So we're both proud Leos.
Yeah.
But we wanted to get this story out for you guys because I know a lot of you guys were wondering from my vlog. I've been telling you guys that I've been wanting to get her on my channel and tell you guys everything that she goes through on a daily basis. I thought it would be a perfect time since it is Halloween today and we do want to make sure that it uploads tonight. But like you guys can see by the title, my cousin sees dead people.
I would die.
Okay, lo único que le falta. But she's been kind of going through some crazy stuff. But to her, I feel like it's normal. Honestly, me, I feel a little overwhelmed right now because I hate, like, this is taking a lot from me to re-listen to all of these stories because whenever she talks about it, I'm like, la, 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 I don't want to know, I don't want to know, I don't want to know because, you know, I don't know about those negative vibes. But we're going to go ahead and share a few stories from her and then you guys can be your own judge on what she deals with on a daily basis.
So once upon a time.
Yeah.
long time ago.
No, honestly, when we were younger, I would hate going to her house. And she would be like, come on, cousin, it's okay. Like, we'll be fine. We'll all sleep. Like, I used to have us all sleep in the living room.
She would make my brothers sleep with us because she would not want to stay alone.
Yes, and tell them why.
So our house, we actually named whoever lived with us at the moment. Well, we don't know if he's still with us, but we actually named him Blackie. There's this like dark shadow that everyone in our family has basically seen at our house. And it started years ago because the house that we moved into actually was my aunt's house, and she moved to Texas, so then my parents bought it. And then ever since we moved in, well, even before then, we would hear like stories about it. But once we moved in, my sister would actually be the one that would see him like all the time. It was this black figure with like a hat on, and he would just appear in the night, and he would fuck with us because he would like hide our stuff, and like we'll find it where we had already looked, like, and it was everyone, not just me. It was our whole family. And I don't think I ever saw him. I think I'm the only one that actually didn't see him. Right? Yeah, because my parents saw him. My brother...
Her sister saw him a lot.
Yeah. My brother actually saw him once, like just watching my niece on her crib. Like, he cussed the shit out of him because he was like, the fuck, you're not going to touch my daughter. But I'm the only one that hadn't seen him. Thank God. I feel like I could handle it, but it would still, like, I wouldn't be able to sleep for, like, a few nights.
You already can't sleep, you poor thing?
Well, because I get sleep paralysis a lot. And the last time that I got one was, like, the scariest thing that I've ever, like, dealt with. And it actually happened in the morning. It was, like, 6 in the morning. And
so why don't you tell them what sleep paralysis is? Because maybe somebody doesn't know what that is.
So sleep paralysis is basically when your brain wakes up before your body does, or vice versa. So you're basically paralyzed. You're, like, dreaming still, and you're actually seeing, like, where you're at, like, your room or whatever. So it feels so real, but you're paralyzed. Like, you're trying to, like, scream and just get out of that nightmare, and you can't. Like, it takes forever to get out of it. So this one time...
Recently,
like...
This is the last time you had sleep paralysis, right?
It was probably, like, what, like
3 weeks ago?
No, it's been, like,
2 months? Yeah.
Around there. I saw this, and I always just see, like, random stuff, but this time I saw this guy, like, next to my bed. Like, legit. He was wearing, like, a plaid shirt, He was like this white kind of like guy in his like mid-30s or something. And he was like standing next to my bed. He was more towards, so I have like my closet like on this side, so he was like on that side. And then I like managed to get out of like my sleep paralysis, and then I turned around because it happens more when you're sleeping on your back. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you're facing up.
Yeah. So I like turned around, and then I was like kind of like in, what is it, fetal position?
Yeah. Wait, is it?
I don't know. Fetal?
Fetus?
Fetal?
I don't fucking know.
Well, whatever. When you're like cuddled, right? Like, so I was like on the edge of my bed, and then I fall asleep again, and then the guy's like right next to me, like right here. It was freaking scary, and I saw like every detail of his face, and he actually had, his eyes were like, you know when they're like
rolled back?
Yeah, rolled back. And
they were white?
And, yeah, just all white. And then he was like whispering something to me, and I couldn't like figure out what he was telling me, but he was like and I was like staring at him, right? And I was just like, what the hell is going on? And he was like,
oh my god, you little bitch.
No, really, it did happen, and it was fucking scary.
Oh my god.
I could not go back to sleep that day, and then like I think I fell asleep with like my lights on.
If you have her on Snapchat, you probably already heard the story because she went on there to say what happened. And I just remember watching her Snapchat, and then I called her right away, and I was like, oh my god, cousin, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine. And then she started telling me, and I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know. I just want to make sure that you're fine. She was like,
Yvette was
fine.
Like, tell me about it.
Yeah, Yvette, she's like complete opposite. Like, she'll actually sit there and be like, tell me what happened. So did you see? What did it look? And I was like, I'm about to shower. I don't need any negative vibes around me. Like, I don't want to hear it, you know, but that's scary, honestly. I'm scared of stupid shit, so it's like I could just imagine, poor thing, she probably couldn't even sleep for like a week.
It's really scary. Oh, let me tell them about the time with the little girl.
Okay.
So in my block, this one time, this girl like committed suicide, and she was like down the street from us, and I remember that day I was going to work, and it was like 7 a.m. And I saw cops, and there used to be a family there that just like was always into like bad stuff. You know, the guys were like dealing, stuff like that. So I saw the cops there, and I was like, oh, you know, they're going to jail again, like something normal. So then I got home that day, and my mom told me that her mom actually found her, like she like hung herself. Yeah. And so the next day, our neighbor who lived across, like a few houses down, across from us, he was going around the neighborhood trying to collect money, just, you know, to raise some funds for the family for the funeral. And we had told him, well, my dad had told him, come back tomorrow, because we didn't have any cash with us at that time. So the next day he didn't come back, and we're like, what's going on? You know, we didn't think much of it, but then like my mom ended up telling us that he had a cardiac arrest. This guy was my age at the time, which was, and I think we were like 23 or something.
It's rare, like, unless you have heart problems.
Right.
Something happened.
And I went to high school to this guy, and he looked fine the day before. He looked like we would have never expected it. So later that week, it was like
poor thing, she gets like chills talking about it.
Like, don't come after me, please. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, and at that time, my ex would sometimes like still come around, you know, so he would like creep up in the night, whatever. So I heard someone knocking on my window, and I used to live in the garage when I was in the Valley. I had my garage was like set up like a little studio. Yeah. So I had my own entrance, like my own privacy and everything. So we had a big ass window. The garage had a big ass window that was facing the street. And so I heard a knocking on my window, and then I just like got up, right? I was just like, oh shit, like who is it? I didn't think much of it. And then I see a little girl, like she had like a backpack on, and she was just like staring, and then
into her window. Bitch, into her window.
Yeah, and I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I think I was half asleep, or I didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
that my
and you didn't
natural...
think it was like your niece or anything, right?
No, because she was like a little bit older. Like she looked like she was like 9, 10.
Okay.
My niece at that time was, she was tiny. So I was like, what the hell? What's going on? So my natural instinct was just to like, let me go help this girl. Like, what if she needs help or something, you know? So right away, like I had hopped on my bed to be able to like peek through my window. And I like got off my bed and then I went around and then that's when it hit me and I stopped and I was like, there's a little girl knocking on my window. Like, and my heart started like pounding. And then I guess when she noticed that I didn't like open the door, because you get out and then it's the gate like to come into the garage. So she starts like knocking, like banging on the window. And I was like, oh my God.
And
like,
you were by yourself, right?
Yeah, I was with myself. Well, my parents were home, but it was nighttime and like the garage did not connect to the house. So I was like basically like on my own in the front. And then I like freaked out and I called my brother and I was like, hey, are you outside? And he was like, no, I was outside like earlier, but not right now. So I was like, well, were you guys expecting someone? Like there's a little girl knocking at my window. Like, I don't know who it is. And he was like, what the hell? So right away he like went to go check and there was no one. Like, no one. He went like around like the street to see if he could find someone and there was nothing. So,
and then again, you think about it, why would a random little girl just be wandering around?
And just
a real girl.
Yeah, and just like at 2, 3 in the morning, like knocking on my window. Like, so it was weird. And then after that, like, so that was that week. And we're already freaked out because we're like, oh my God, because they say, I don't know.
Stuff has been happening.
Yeah, they say like, cuando hay un muerto, like,
vienen en tres.
Yeah.
They work in trios.
So we were like, okay, like, should we move? Like, who's next? You know? And then, like, I had this little girl come visit me, and I was like, oh my God, is it a sign? Like, what's going on? But then, like, my mom was telling me that it might have been the girl's spirit, like, when she was younger, like, wandering off. Because, you know, like, she committed...
oh my God, I just got chills, bitch. You're, like, asking me like I'm supposed to know. I don't know.
So she was like, it was probably, you know, like when they say you like do something drastic like that, like you're kind of lost for a while, and it had just happened that week. So she was probably like trying to find her way. And then she used to come to the house to play a lot because at that time we would rent out the garage. So there was a little girl she was actually my sister's age, my little sister's age. So she would come play with her and the other little girl that lived in the garage. So she was like, what if like they came and she was coming around and like trying to find her way or something, you know? And then after that, like it never happened again. Like it was just that one night. So till this day, I'm like, who the hell was this little girl freaking knocking on my window? It was...
So if anybody knows, please come
tell me so I can sleep well again. It was so scary. So, and all of this happened like in the same house. Except my sleep paralysis, it follows me everywhere. But
which is pretty common because I know that a lot of people have, like whenever she talks about it, even Elise says, he's like, oh yeah, that's happened to me before. Or, oh yeah, like people are always like, oh yeah, that's happened, you know? Me? That's never happened to me. You know? But I sleep on my stomach. So I heard that it happens most commonly when you sleep boca arriba, like in your face forward. But I honestly don't know how she's still so like ballsy about like sleeping by herself. I can barely sleep by myself and that's just never happened to me. But she hates sleeping with people. She always wants to be by herself. And she just goes on about her life like nothing happened.
I just feel like I gotta train myself to like
get used to
not count on having someone there, you know, because like when I move out, like I'm not gonna be like calling my sister like come sleep with me, and I just want to like make sure that I'm okay and I'm not freaked out, because what if in the future like I'm married and my husband leaves or whatever and then I'm gonna be a freaking weenie,
always
like,
dependent.
Yeah, I
will buy someone to come and sleep with me every night. No, I'm kidding. I'm like, I'm gonna pay you $50 for the night. Come sleep with me.
I just don't want to I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I, like, if this is something that has followed me, you know, for so long. It's happened to me. So.
Yeah, and her mom also told her something that I didn't even know, but apparently since she was a little girl, she always used to say, like, she sees weird shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I was little, and I would be awake, okay? It was not sleep paralysis. Yeah. I would be awake. I would actually wake up, like, in the middle of the night. My parents were already so used to it because they would even fall asleep with, like, a flashlight next to them. So they could be like, look, there's nothing. And I'd be like, there's something right there. There was, like, for a couple of weeks, or I would say even months, I would wake up every single night.
But do you remember what you would see? Or no?
Yeah. This one time I saw, so I would wake up. So we all slept in one room, right? At that time, it was just my brother and I, and then my parents. So it was their bed, and then we had bunk beds in the same room. So I was like maybe like this far from my parents. Like the bed was a small room, and I would just I would wake up, and then I would always see the same, like, not the same thing, but the same thing happening. So it'd be like someone standing like against the other wall and like coming my way. Like, and then, so it'd be like this one time it was like kind of like skull figures just like coming my way. And then the other one was like, you know how the bunk beds have like the little escalera for you to go up?
Yeah.
And the other one was going up like towards my brother. Yeah, and I was screaming.
I have chills all over my body, bitch. My pelitos are up.
Yeah,
this is the first time that I hear like detailed stuff. Okay, guys, so this is taking a lot out of me.
Are you gonna sleep?
I don't know. I'm gonna sleep in between you and Yvette. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, so I would always see something like that happening, but it would always come my way. But at that time, I would sleep with a lot of dolls. A lot. I used to, like, have a whole collection. And someone told my mom to take them away from me because...
Your mom would tell people?
Yeah.
Were, like,
yeah, because, I mean, they would hear me at the house, like, wake up crying and, like, screaming because I would, like, make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Something there. And I felt like I was crazy, you know, because they wouldn't believe me. And then my parents would, like, you know, flash the light and they would be looking and I'd be like, it's right there. How do you not see it? And they would be like, no, it's not. Like, look, there's nothing. And I'd be like, but it's right there. So I would, like, go to sleep crying because they didn't believe me. But, what was I going to say? I don't know. I don't remember.
About you were talking. The last thing was them going up the stairs, and then I cut you off saying that was scary. That you saw the little skeleton going up.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say. But yeah, it happened like that, and it happened I would just see different things. This one time, I actually woke up. I was telling you Yvette last night about this one, that I would also always have dreams like about like my family, like my parents, my sister. And this one time, I like woke up and I saw like my dad, like he was dead. Like it was like his neck. I mean, his head was like next to him, but like it was separate, right? Like so it was his body and then his head. And that time I remember I woke up screaming too because.
So you would have a lot of nightmares.
Yeah, I would have like nightmares.
¿Y nunca te llevaron a hacer una limpia?
Yeah, I remember having one, but I was saying about the dolls.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was saying. So I had a bunch of dolls, and they told my mom. I think it's my grandma, or I don't know. Someone told my mom to not let me sleep with them at night because eran del diablo.
Right, Mexicans say that.
Yeah,
I know my mom used to say that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So they told her son del diablo. It's not letting her angels protect her. Like you need to take them away from her. And so my mom did that night, and then it stopped.
You didn't have any more.
I didn't have any more nightmares there, right there. After that, it kind of like would happen here and there, but those times it would happen like on a daily basis. Like I would wake up my parents every single day. So it might have been like the dolls.
It could have.
Little bitches.
You're like dead serious right now.
I love them though. I would cry because I was like, Mom, I want to sleep with them. And she'd be like, no, they're bad for you.
Oh my God, cousin, you're so
strong,
demonic. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You are. I always tell her stuff. Like, I just play around with her. I tell her that she brings negative vibes, but
I would always
honestly, like, I don't know how, like, honestly. I don't think I would ever, like, I would just be under my pillow all day, like, just in my bed and not want to be moved or touched because I would be scared to see something.
Yeah.
And you've been dealing with this your whole life. But maybe because you have been dealing with it for so long, now it's kind of like, not something that you're used to, but you're just kind of like, I got through it last time, so I'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And
she loves watching scary movies. Loves all this fucking, like, Halloween shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how.
I feel like I've always tried to tell myself that it's not real.
Yeah.
Like, even though there's times that I have seen stuff,
you think it's just your mind.
Yeah. I'm like, it's just playing tricks on me. Yeah. It's not real. Because I feel like if I were to tell myself, like, this is real, like, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, I'm possessed or something.
Right. But it's never been to the point where it's like, I mean, we watch a lot of crazy scary movies, you know, where it's like, we just watch The Conjuring. So it's not like to the point where it's like physically done something to her, or like where she sees, like, I feel like it would be too extreme if you started waking up with like fucking bruises on your body or something. Then you'd be like, okay, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You've never woken up with bruises on your body, right?
I mean, my God. Like crazy. Like little bruises. Oh my God. But it would happen actually at my old house, and it would happen a lot to my cousin Junior. And then he was the one that would wake up, like, and we'd be like, what the hell happened to you? But it was always something in that house. Yeah. Like, since before, there's always that, like, different energy. Yeah. You would walk in
and
there.
They knew it since the beginning. And you know what's crazy? The reason why we go back to our childhood is because, I mean, I've been listening to these stories since we were freaking kids, since we could talk, you know? Yeah. And, like, you guys know, obviously, me and my cousin, we have an amazing relationship since we were little girls. Like, our dreams were always to be together at our adulthood, you know? So it's like, when we were little, even though we were so far, she used to live up in LA and I lived here in Stockton, so we would spend summers together. Like, she would come down for a week to stay with me, and then I would go up to LA and stay a week with her, and I would hear these stories. I never heard the end of it. Like, every time we were there, we would always hear something new. So it was like, of course I was fucking scared to, like, go.
Never want to stay.
I never wanted. She would just tell me, like, come on, cousin, I stayed already at your... And, like, it would take so much strength out of me. Like, you know what? I'm going to, like, salve it out and I'm going to be there. But I would tell her, like, one condition, we are not sleeping alone. Like, I don't know why I felt like her brother, my cousin Freddie, was going to fucking protect us. But I would be like, Freddie needs to sleep with us, you know? And we would all, like, stand there in the living room, and we would just all, like, sleep there, you know? But when they first moved in, that's when they started telling me the stories, when they were like, well, back then, like, my cousins, they used to see this and that, and then that's when it started happening to them. So I mean, it could have been, you know, like, the bad energy was in her house, but like she said, you know, I feel like she knew when she moved in, like, she just felt like that negative energy. And even her mom, I think that's why they kind of made the choice to, like, end up leaving, right? You guys, they live in Bakersfield now. So when they decided to move, I know that her mom was like, como que se siente, like, you just kind of
my mom was
breathe,
just not comfortable, you know, in the old house. I mean, we were there for a long time. We were there for like 13 years, and we did grow up there basically, because it was my aunt's house before, and that's where
always there.
Yeah, that's where my grandma would take care of all her grandchildren. So we were there since we were little. We just took over the house, but
and her house was like a beautiful house. It's not like a scary house that you know, like, when you imagine, like, your house is haunted, you imagine, like, some freaking creepy shit. But no, like, her house was a nice house, and nothing ever happened in the day, though. It was always just like,
it was always
at night. And then her sister, like, her little sister, she's the one who always would see.
Oh my God, yes. Yes. My sister is the one that could, like, tell you more about Blackie. Like, she has seen, like, but someone even told us that he loved to play with my sister. Like, that it was, he fed off of her energy.
And do you think it was because she was just very welcoming? Like, I feel like her sister got to a point where she just accepted it. She was like, I see him, he's right there, and he's chilling. Yeah. Like, she would tell you, like, he's right there. Yes. Right? Yeah. I'm like,
I just saw him.
Fuck you mean where's he at?
Like, he just passed by, or I just saw him. Like, what do you mean? Like, where? Yeah. Yeah, she got used to him, and, like, she would just be normal about it. At first, she was really, really freaked out. I remember this one time she woke me up because she saw him. At that time, we shared rooms, and she saw him like outside our window. But I was kind of like, you're crazy, you know. Yeah. But my other cousin was there, and she woke her up, and she actually got up, and she was like, oh my God, yeah, there's someone like.
She saw him too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it was like that figure. Like it was, they would never see the face.
It was just a black
shadow with like a hat on. So like we don't know who it is. We have a lot of little like theories, but
you guys never tried to like get information like the people that used to live there besides your uncles and your cousins? Like, did anybody die there?
You know what?
Like back in the 1800s or something?
Actually,
I don't know.
A lot of the houses there were white people before. And when, like the house in front of us, when they moved in, because we got really like, we got along with them pretty well. And there was actually a lot of like Nazi signs.
Really?
Yeah, in the front house. And then our neighbors, too, the ones next to us, they told us the same thing because we would, like, talk about it and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was, like, a lot of Nazi signs. So I don't know if, like, you know, something crazy happened in our neighborhood or, like...
I mean, that's already crazy enough. Fucking Nazi symbols everywhere.
I just feel like at our house, we never really saw anything because...
But were they houses before or were they, like, fucking concentration camps or something? Like... You know?
Well, the houses, say, like, the garage, like, it had, like, carvings and stuff like that. So the houses like, were there already.
It's, like, people...
It's people that were living there, like, in the street.
That's fucking crazy. We need to do some research. That's why, because when we were going to do this video, I told her, she was like, what do I talk about? You know, there's so many things that I can say. And I was like, well, honestly, just give them, like, a little run through of how your life has been in general, because I know that you guys remember that in my vlog I was telling you guys that a lot of crazy stuff happens to her, but we honestly would make this video infinite, because infinite is not even a word. We would make this video such a paisa. This video would never end with all the shit that has happened to her.
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many stories, and there's crazy stories, a lot more personal stories that maybe she might not feel comfortable talking about, but these were just kind of like the basic stuff and what she has been dealing with it. But the sleep paralysis is something that she probably deals with on a regular basis. So if any of you guys have ever experienced that, comment below, let us know your stories. I won't be reading any of them, but maybe she'll feel a little bit better about herself.
Yeah, and if you know like how to stop it, please let me know too.
Yeah, because we've like searched and stuff, but it's just,
you can like, I mean, I would have to go somewhere and they would have to like do a sleep study basically, and you know, see what's going on. But
I don't know. Yeah, that's scary. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was totally a random story time, but I wanted to definitely give you guys like a little scoop about my cousin's life. We are going to be filming more videos because she is here for the week. So we're going to be filming another video tomorrow. So on Friday on her channel, we're going to have a fun video. And then we're going to have another Fuck It Up Friday video on my channel. So we're going to have some alcohol involved because everybody was like, do anything with alcohol. I was like, okay, I'm like trying to watch my calories here, but it's cool. But with the next...
Blanca's pretty strong right now when it comes to alcohol, so...
I know. I am... You guys don't want to know what happened. I put her ass to sleep. Rocking my baby. She was victim number... What victim were you? 2.
I think I was...
Well, you were the number 1, but I put you on my Snapchat as victim number 2.
I was number 2, okay.
She was number 1. She was like 11 and she was already out. I was like, the party just started.
Had a lot to drink. A lot.
It's because she's a beer drinker. Yeah. She's not a liquor.
But I was doing both.
Nobody te dice que tomes pinche cerveza.
I gotta have my beer to
chug?
Yeah, to chug the shot, to like take it down.
I know. Well, we're gonna be doing some Fuck It Up Friday videos, more videos with some alcohol, so they are gonna be a little bit more fun. But I hope you guys all have a fun and safe Halloween. I hope we didn't scare you guys too much, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also that like button, and also subscribe to my cousin Judith's channel. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Love you guys. Bitch, I'm fucking doing that.